Yesterday, I was honored by the OU to say a Dvar Torah, and many people have told me they heard it. They appreciated it. I felt that it was necessary. I was given 3 to 4 minutes, and I had to say something very cute, captivating, and not necessarily the depth, and to be able to appreciate what I really wanted to get across. So I feel that I would like to share the depth of what I had said to my community and make sure they understood what I was trying to say. Yesterday I observed that we have the holiday of Rosh Hashanah, which is the holiday you're not allowed to mention sins, and you have to have festive meals. And then fasting before there's a fast day, and after there's a fast day. We have the holiday of Yom Kippur, which is a day of tremendous tshuva, and it's a time of inuyim, of affliction, but it's unbelievable. The day before and the day after are days of joy, festive meals. So I said that you have to understand that the result of having a Yom Kippur is that you have to understand that we should walk away with simcha. And I said that my message was that therefore you should be considering and thinking of opportunities now that you've finished Yom Kippur to be full of simcha so that Sukkot is a success. That's what I said. Now I'd like to go and share with you a little bit more depth to what's happening. There is a word in English that is used to describe Yom Noraim. We spent time going through the book of S.Y. Agnon, Days of Awe. The word awe is what I'd like to focus on right now. There's a word you've heard of, awesome, and there's a word awful, there's a word awe-stricken, and whenever you have awe, there's always going to cause a reaction from people. People in the presence of awe, of a person that's awe, feel a need to react and realize the awesomeness. There's also the word awful. Now, if you look into the dictionary definition of awful, you see that initially the word awful was used as the awful and majestic items of nature. The word awful came from the same thing, that it was awful, it was full of awful. In time, it became the word of awful of something terrible. We'd like to come back to that later. I'd like to suggest that the reality of understanding and appreciating an awesome experience should and will change who you are. If you're in the presence of an awesome person, it has to have an impact. All of us are affected by awesomeness. And therefore, in the holidays, the days of awe, when we have Rosh Hashanah, which is an awesome experience, that's the day that God created the world. It was something that was so special, and it has to change us. It's the world was created. It does change us. We begin to question, as the Rambam says, do we deserve it? Did we earn what God wanted in giving humanity the opportunity of becoming like God? Did we earn that? Or have we missed that opportunity? So the Rambam says, so because of that, because we want to be sure that we're taking advantage of that awesome experience, you have to fast, you have to make sure before the holiday, you have to make sure that you're preparing yourself properly. During the 10 days, the Rambam says people used to get up early to daven, they gave more charity, trying to ensure that they were part of the opportunity that God gave us, that they were creating a healthy world, because the Nisan Tokef is there. If we don't have a healthy world, if we don't have a world that is worthy of the awe, it's going to be sad. It's going to have to, Lord forbid, be destroyed. Yom Kippur is the exact opposite. Yom Kippur is an awesome experience, but it's an unbelievably gracious experience, that God decides that He's going to give us another opportunity to be able to take advantage of the awesomeness of creating world. He's going to let us do tshuva. Through these 10 days, we have achieved the opportunity to be given another chance to be part of this awesome experiment, this awesome process. And therefore, it's a time of tremendous joy for us. And therefore, the objective has to be to understand what the days of awe are. What is the awesome experience I'm taking part of? In Rosh Hashanah, it's the awesome experience of understanding it's the creation of the world, and therefore I have to make sure that I'm worthy of that. On Yom Kippur, it's the awesome experience of having God accept our repentance and give us atonement and give us the opportunity to be a new person. Each one of them, obviously, when you're worried about maybe not deserving the world, you fast, you give more tzedakah, you try to make yourself more worthy. Yom Kippur, when you have just been blessed with the graciousness of God of having atonement, you do as you celebrate. We're right now, post-corona, we're in an unusual experience. We're being asked to wear masks. Masks are uncomfortable. Masks, we feel that we are in the presence of a virus that is awesome, that is so full of questions. We don't understand it. It has brought the world down to its knees. The question is, are we going to resent the wearing of masks, or are we going to appreciate that every human life is valuable, and we're going to embrace wearing a mask because we are in awe of the creation of humanity? But within that awe, we have to figure out a way how to take advantage of the holiday of Sukkot. We have to find ways to have more joy. We have to find ways of doing something that gives you yourself, find a way feeling that you're special because you just went through the process of atonement. Make sure that you share that with your children, whether your children at your table or your children that are far away. Find a way of sending a message to them, how much you appreciate, how special they are, how their humanity is so unique, and that you want to embrace it and you want to be a part of it. That's the holiday of Sukkot. This is the depth of what I was trying to say to OU, that we are in days of awe. Awe will always have an effect. And therefore, we have to respond to awe in a very positive, upbeat way of understanding and appreciating the awesomeness of everything and finding a way to be so proud of what God did for us and share the simcha. On a final note, I'd like to end with an observation of mine. The word awesome clearly is that you're in awe of someone, and it's an unbelievably special event. How did the word awful, which originally meant awful, full of awe, translated to become awful, disgusting, terrible? I believe it is as people became less and less understanding of what it means to have a creator that is going to be both demanding and loving of you, both full of yira, which is awe, and love at the same time. People began to feel that there was only a God who wants to beat them up. The word awful then became a negative term. Awful because of the fact that they saw that a God was a warrior God, however they translate it. And I believe that as believing Jews, we have to understand and appreciate that with our relationship with the awesome, all capable creator that we have to only learn to appreciate it, and God willing, we will all merit tremendous joy through this holiday of Sukkot.